The breaking news in the NBA on this Tuesday, the James Harden trade is official.
James Harden is now a Cavalier. Let that sink in.
173 playoff games. He has not missed a basketball logged. The last thing missing on his legacy is the championship. Add those two together with the roster that we have, we're pretty excited.
Spider brings the aggression. The beard brings the calm.
For 10 minutes, it went exactly how I thought it would.
Just 3 days after getting traded to the Cavaliers, the beard weighs
two players who stand to benefit greatly from the addition of James Harden.
What'd you make of James's debut?
Incredible.
James's debut.
I mean, it's funny, like you have a guy like that out, and that's special when you have a guy who's that established and has done a lot to come in and have that approach.
James was also getting his rhythm.
Harden looks to size him up, steps back. Oh my. James Harden now has 8 points.
Passing, I think he had like 8, 9 assists.
James Harden is coming alive here in the second half. And Harden, hey, knocks it down. James Harden has his 4th three. As Harden cans his 5th triple.
James and Donovan combined for 32 points in the 4th to power the Cavs past the Kings 132-126. If you're a Cleveland fan, there's a lot to be excited about with this new superstar duo. Just saw James Harden in the Cavs. So next week, where we'll dive deeper.
And now that the beard has officially left the building.
At 36 years old, the 2018 NBA MVP still brings instant offense, elite playmaking, and years of playoff experience to a Cavs team that has been looking for another steady hand in high-pressure moments.
Even though we've had playoff runs now, those playoff runs were with some key vets that have been in big moments. Obviously, you're getting one of the greatest players of all time, top 75, and still playing at an elite level, and James is really going to help us.
As Harden cans his 5th triple, welcome to the wine and gold, James Harden.
The fun part here is the fit with Donovan Mitchell. The beard can run the show and set the table with 2 very different styles, giving them flexibility in their offense. And don't sleep on this part. Harden's playmaking could be the key lines, tandems, and a season that feels even more exciting.
This version we're seeing of James is you don't think of just scorer. Like, I just think of this complete player, and playmaker. What he's given us so far is everything we need to do to win. It's amazing. I mean, when they announced it today, I was like in shock. 29 down, incredible. But yeah, to do it for this long at this high level is amazing.
Of a second.
But the resilience of this city is unmatched. March 1st against Brooklyn, James Harden returns to the lineup with 22, 9, and 8. That is the DNA of a team that refuses to quit.
This is Cleveland basketball. It's all.
He wears number 1. Welcome to Cleveland, James Harden!
Absolute renaissance. He is dropping 19 points and dishing 8 dimes a night on a sizzling 49% from the field and from deep. He has ignited a 6-1 run since the trade deadline and is helping lead this team into the postseason. Let's go to the
Cleveland, the city of rock and roll, has brought another legend to the stage. Cavs.
Cleveland on the run, Harden, alley-oop.
Ceiling even greater than what it was coming into the year.
Every game is about us, honestly. Finding ways to get better on both ends of the floor, finding a way to be connected, be together, bring us to another championship.
For one of the great scorers in the history of the game.
Floats it up, and it drops. Are you kidding me?
James Harden has fit seamlessly into the Cavaliers' spread-the-wealth system.
His basketball IQ is so high.
And even when the defending champion Thunder tested them in OKC, but the absolute masterclass, from MVP to the ultimate floor general, James Harden is making his mark in the land. The offense was flowing, the confidence was renewed, and Cleveland was tied for the number 3 seed.
Then after that, that was it. It was like right back to it. Understanding that, hey, this is going to be something special. I think it's the quick. I've never had a guy like that on my team, and we're not here to speak to the type of people that him and I are, right? Like, we're trying to figure out what it is. It's just like, let's go out there, and for him to go out there and say like he's here to help me, like that's huge, right? That's huge for this is what I see, you know, this is where I can help build you off you, and vice versa. Like even in Denver, right? Like, and it's like that's how you end up coming back and winning the game.
Wow.
We're just trying to win the game. I don't care how it happens. Let's try to win the game. Winning is the end all, right? So I'm not worried about how. And when you have a relationship with someone early in your career, like it is a foundation, right? That's something that really helps. For him and I, obviously my first 2 years played against each other in the playoffs. For him and myself going to these trips.
When the Cavaliers traded for
Harden talks, how much Schroeder talks for their new teams. I mean, they've been here less than a week as Harden.
Offensive end by the Wizards. These young guys flying around everywhere.
Unbelievable. What a feed behind the...
And so I think that makes it easy on everyone.
Well, so far, the answer has been smooth.
Right off the bat, he kind of just understood what we wanted from him on both sides of the ball.
James has taken on more of a playmaking role, averaging close to 8 assists.
What guys like to do in tendencies, but score the basketball, playmaking, and try to be.
If you need more proof, the Cavs are 13-4 in games with James on the floor. And they now have the best fourth-quarter offense in the entire league, averaging close to 30 per contest. But the Cavs fit straight to work and put up 19 first-half points.
Harden to the cup. Give me all of that, James Harden.
He also made sure his teammates got involved. Evan was a force on both ends and taking 123-116 road win, with James and Evan scoring 27 each.
James and Evan kind of carried us. They're really starting to get some nice synergy, those two.
No spider for this one, so the opening tip, James put on a show. He dropped 16 in the first quarter to set the tone.
James Harden, who leads the league in 4-point opportunities, has another here in quarter number 1.
Scoring and facilitating.
Harden feeling it. James Harden has buried 7 threes here in Chicago.
Cleveland was in full control, and when the Bulls threatened to come back in the fourth, James and Evan delivered the final blows that secured the 115-110 victory for the Land.
James Harden with the haymaker. Harden gives the Cavaliers a 5-point lead.
The Beard finished with 36 points and Evan.
The game, so tonight was another example of that. So just continue to communicate.
They faced the newly revamped, dropped 8 and 5 respectively in the opening period. The Beard poured in 10 in the fourth, while Evan Mobley at 1-minute mark made it a 5-point ball game.
After going scoreless in the first half, James put up 7 points in the third.
Love to see James get going in the scoring department here in the second half.
Fight.
Harden gives the Cavaliers a 102-99 edge.
They went on to take the lead before Evan helped out with a bucket.
What a pass!
Scored all of his 20 points in the second half, as the Cavs make it a perfect road trip with a 111-106 win in New Orleans.
Well, they finally decided to show up. They weren't on their game, and you take over, and that's what they both did.
Night against the Kings after being traded by the Clippers earlier this week.
A guy like James is a little bit different. You know, he's got such high IQ. He's been in the league so long. He's a master pick and roll player. You know, he's a great passer. Great reputation for communicating with his bigs, right? Angle the screen. Hey, am I slipping out? Am I holding it? Do you want to flip this? I mean,
making his Cavalier debut. Thanks for joining us late night back in Cleveland as Harden pitches through the nail, sends it up top, and now it's Allen.
He's got good talent.
He's a bigger dude than you think. Big guy. See him in person. Practice floor. It's Harden. Looks to drive. He got right past Wild, and he banks it up. And banks it in. Ella, second chance for the Cavs. Harden! Hey! Knocks it down. James Harden has his 4-3. Back to Harden! Oh, yes! James Harden has given the Cavaliers the lead as Harden to the wine and gold. James Harden.
I would author that as being lethal. I'm just happy to be here.
First game playing alongside Donovan Mitchell. He was excited about you coming here. What made you feel the same way?
No practice, no.
Yeah, you found it.
No practice, no nothing. Just film sessions and just film. But I told Don just do what he do, and I figured out after that. So.
What does that mean when you're able to do that? No, nothing. Like you said, you come out here to do that.
I mean, you know what he's been doing all year long? You know, he's the leader of this team, and I'm just here to support him and do whatever it takes to help. So after one game,
we going to the young. What are we doing? DM, JH, what the?
After one game,
we going to the young. What are we doing? DM, JH, what the fuck? Thank you, folks.
Kind of sometimes just very frank with the guys. We got, everything's against us tonight. Can we pull one out? Can we pull out on a performance?
Mitchell to inbound from right in front of us. Harden now leaned on by Hardaway. James Harden goes to work. Step back, back down. Nothing called, but Harden. James Harden on the run. Harden alley-oop. Oh, my! Showtime here in downtown Cleveland.
And flow together. Renewed confidence, if that makes sense.
The trade deadline was one of the more unexpected. Each of these teams came out on top. And how have their new acquisition Harden? Garland last played on January 14th, so they took a chance, trading for the aging Harden, and so far, it has gone exactly how they had hoped. Since Harden's arrival, the Cavs are 6-1 in games that he has played and are now just 2 games back from the 2nd seed. The reason Harden can fit in so quickly is because he's very comfortable in the pick and roll, and Harden can take a lot of this workload. The Cavs defense, and it's these moves that now have the Cavs as sneaky candidates to make the finals. Cavs didn't look like they were going anywhere, but now with James Harden, the offense looks smoother and their defense continues to get stronger. And while
on the court creating for others, that allows Donovan to go to his true position. Just a scorer, an assassin, and just an absolute murderer out there on that floor.
Here is Allen and Harden toward the playoffs. It is now about that time. Sit back, crack open your favorite beverage, and settle on in. It's the Cavs and the Jazz. And it's next. It did not take long at all for the newest Cavaliers. Hey! Knocks it down. Boy, that crossover just leaped. Back to Harden! Oh, yes! James Harden has given the Cavaliers the lead. Welcome to the wine and gold, James.
Early on in the national.
Into the numbers, we'll break down the first half, and
I'm always fascinated when James Harden looks at a rest of glass, but James Harden turning the corner, a low man's nightmare if you're defensively sitting back there with number 1 coming at you. And then, Grady, you called it a push. I just called it a touch, just a slight touch. Cavaliers in complete control here.
That was tonight's leading the way, presented by.
Watch this cross by James. Ooh. Incredible timing. And that's the thing when you want to.
James Harden's willingness to play through pain. We need.
Right here on FanDuel Sports Network.
Red hot Cavs looking for a 6th straight win downtown. 3 of 5. Teammate Jared Allen, 70 points for Cleveland. Brooklyn, 16 points in assist.
That man, James Harden, in their lineup. 2-5 run to end the first quarter. Level of James Harden, but to make it 8 straight, 20 points and 9 assists. But OKC is.
Harden takes center stage in this one and leads the charge for the Cavs as Josh another triple. Harden with 6 back into the step back 3. He knocks it down, part of a big.
Get your hands in that cookie jar. And there again, you're in his space because he's left-handed.
What was wild about that, Williams is hardly reaching there.
No, but Williams is playing his left hand.
Yep.
And so he's trying to play that left.
Play it.
When they needed it most, Harden puts down another one. How many of those has he put down in his future Hall of Fame career?
Cleveland withstands the late push.
Before that, and this guy right here, he creates a little space. One of the best offensive players we've ever seen.
His career, creating those opportunities to see the shot go through and get himself to the line.
Harden celebration. What's that one there? Layup to go.
7 of the 10. It was Zora.
Well, guys, walking back to the floor, I asked Nick's offensive guru, Chris Jen, about that low
low-scoring first half. And he said, low scoring, yes, but also low possession. He said we have to take care of the back.
Movement. 2 easy threes here.
Oh my! Wow, what a play! I mean, to have the confidence to throw behind the back.
That is not an easy catch and shot, let alone the
pass
feed by Harden. Magnificent.
With 2 shots.
Very nice. But he's on the receiving end as well, as off we go here in Cleveland. James Harden has opened this ball game 5 for 7. There he lulls it. Here he works on the bigger bank hero. James Harden with a pair of triples. First half points as James Harden, in front of his new hometown crowd, is putting on a show here in this first half.